What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We're living like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. Don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our own way.
These are the two islands we're going to. So that one there, there's a little anchorage on the southern side there. We're going to try there. At the moment, the wind, so strangely, is out of the northeast. The swell is out of the south, and the current, the current is running like northwest, southeast. So everything's going against itself. But fortunately here, it's also weak that it doesn't really churn the sea state up too badly. When we were coming along that coastline there, though, oh shit, there's a big storm there. As we were coming along that coastline, there's just these monstrous cliff faces, and the swell hits them, and I don't know, I call it reverb. I don't even know what the real word is for it. Backwash maybe, let's run with that. But you get the swell that hits the coastline, then bounces off and comes back out with an opposing current, and it just turns into this choppy shit, especially if you haven't got any wind to sail. So we went nice and wide today. Wild one, I don't know if you can see them, just there. They're dedicated, they got their sails up, good on him. They went in nice and close. Is it weird to film your neighbours in the shower? That's alright, isn't it?
Beautiful waterfall, hey?
Stunning. I want to get into the little hot tub area. Interesting to see what happens.
Temperature.
Like if it rains a bit this afternoon, see if it actually gets a little bit rambunctious.
You can see that it has been, because it's still quite moist around the edges.
The bit just flows straight off there. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's coming from. It's a tiny island, this one.
There's got to be something at the top plateau. And a waterfall.
And then off in the distance, we're going to pin it. That's actually Fak Fak out there. Fak Fak is actually spelled F-A-K, F-A-K. So, Fak Fak? That sounds worse. Anyway, we'll chat to you guys a little bit later on. Give a camera head here. Jumper, jumper!
The local police came out to check our paperwork and grant us permission to go ashore.
It's not working. Here we are in Fak Fak doing grocery shop. It's exciting, huh? Check this place out. Unreal.
We decided to walk to the local market, or pasar as it's called in Indonesia. We had to find a bank on our way. Cash is king here. There are no FPOS transactions.
This is going to get hectic, I think. You want to stay close to me?
Something we are loving about Indonesia is the variety of bananas, or pisang as they call them here. Look at these little ones.
Size of fingers.
We were grateful to the local policey who let us tie up to their dinghy dock.
All our provisions. Chachi's got the eggs, very important. Brody got a guitar. Not very important.
Dad didn't even get any chocolate.
Dad didn't even get a beer.
No chocolate.
Not many boats stop here, so we were quite the attraction with the local kids.
My name is Iggy.
Iggy! Iggy, nice to meet you, Iggy. My name is Brendan. What's your name? Nama? Nama?
My name is Jamadi.
What is it?
Jamadi. What?
Jamadi?
Yeah.
Oh, good. And your name?
My name is Andika.
What is it?
Andika.
Andika?
Yeah.
I like your anchor. the rock on my boat.
When these boys rowed out to us, they asked to come aboard and meet Brody. They had fun swimming together, and when Brody noticed some of the boys didn't have board shorts, he donated some of his. They were so excited, they wore them on their heads on the way home so they wouldn't get wet. Heading further north, we momentarily got onto a wahoo, but sadly Brody couldn't get it on the gaff. We also caught this local fish that Brody likes to call the plastic bagfish. He says it's endemic to these waters.
Look at that. That is just rubbish. Rubbish, 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 rubbish. And it never bloody ends. Never ends. Look at the plastic in there. Look at that shit. It's just, this is honestly like, we thought this was going to be amazing, but this is literally like breaking our hearts. Look at that. That's all they do with it. They just oh shit, we've got either another fish or a big bag of rubbish.
It's an assortment of seaweed and plastic wrappers. Oh, give me the plastic if you can.
There's a chair. Yeah, it's like that. Noodles.
And that's just what our line caught, not even the lure, with a bunch of seaweed.
Amongst the plastic were thousands upon thousands of little jellyfish. Having not yet seen any turtles in Indonesia, the jellyfish's natural predator, we couldn't help but wonder, was this the reason for the population boom? It's hard to believe that not too much further north we found this paradise anchorage. We were noticing a lot of the flora and fauna was very similar to Australia.
Gum trees and like pandanus palms.
And happy plants. Yeah, there's a lot of the same flora and fauna.
A lot of termites.
It was time to head northwest towards Sarong.
What's going on, El Capitan?
This little spot here, this little channel, there's like this reef just there, and then you got the island there. This little channel is actually shallower than the anchorage we were at last. Like we could have dropped a pick here, this would have been magic. We were out wide, and I thought, oh, with the trolling lure out, I thought, oh, we'll sneak in between this reef and see if we can pick up a fish, because where we're going is a no-take zone. So the more we can stock up our freezer, the better off we'll be for the next 3 weeks to a month or whatever. But this is another reason why we don't trust Navionics. We've got to have SATs. You look here, that's saying like 32 meters of water and just all deep channel here, right? Like nothing except the island. Ignore the radar.
But it's 16.
Scared. 16 meters, but then you come over, look at this. This is why we run sat maps. I don't know if you can see that through the GoPro, but that is all really shallow reef right there. That's all coral, all coral, all coral here.
And if you were thinking that's 32 meters deep.
Oh, you've been deep shit. So we're running between the island and that reef there, but yeah, this is the importance right here of satellite maps. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Oh, head shakes. It could be another wahoo. Big head shake. Oh, shit.
Don't let Brody gaff it.
Okay.
Don't let Broads gaff it.
You're gonna have to do it. Oh. It's either swimming towards the boat or it's come off.
No.
Yeah.
Sadly for us, no fish for dinner. Come along next time where we discover and name an unknown anchorage.